folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 30.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Green 30.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays, and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, D.J. Hayden. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 27. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
11. Lucy.
On first down, Bortles. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Bortles now on first down. Safarian Jenkins has it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Safarian Jenkins, 42 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. It's Barkley on the counter, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll drop to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Graham. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. From the gun, it's Bortles. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer. But I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Lucy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. Escape, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And he's into the clear. The 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, and it's it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Motion. Gun.
Looking to throw. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lucy. So right. 372.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
From midfield, here's Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Touchdown, Jaguars. 3rd third touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. The return man is Grant. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A handoff to Barkley, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. More from Cleveland after this. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Leopard! Detroit! Set! Blue 90!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now.
Hey, 4 down. Detroit! Gun!
He'll drop to throw. Forced out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Here we go.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Lucy. Hank.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, spread right, snap. Set.
Fournette, a first down carry. Finding some room at midfield. He's at the 40. 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And that, not a sight you want to see. Leonard Fournette, very slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dante Moncrief, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Hey, they scared. They scared.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
11B, 11B.
Hey. 4 down.
So right, so right.
Mike, 56.
3-6.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Lucy.
22's coming. 22's coming, Mike.
11B.
Check.
Throwing is Bortles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. As we surmised, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point in the preseason, you want them to go into the half.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd down, Johnson. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and their lead will swell up to 28. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The return man is Grant. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake.
And it's a fumble. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
A handoff to Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. To throw is Bortles. Screenplay, Johnson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Duke Johnson from 10 yards out. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. They'll look to throw now on first down. Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing him. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A first throw for the backup Osweiler. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All right, now look at 56.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And his throw is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
39! Green 39!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Dancing to his left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Lucky 56.
Now Allen. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Allen, got to have this one. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Dewan Smoot able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. On second down, here's Yeldon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Travis Carey there to make the tackle. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing on first down is Allen. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Gun! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
To the air, Allen. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. Here's Osweiler to throw, and he slings one that's incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Switch up, switch up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and throw for it with Osweiler. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield right at the 48. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. DeJuan Smoot in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Gun!
Operating from the gun, Allen. Now a desperation throw deep down into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On third down, it's Johnson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women.